Come on. There we go. Alright. Yeah, my NVIDIA broadcast wasn't working for a bit there. But alright then. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to my amazing show. Once again, I'm your host, the great and mighty Mr. Perez, and today I'll be playing some more Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Let's jump right back in and solve some more mysteries. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we have just finished the elephant case. So now... Yeah, we just finished the elephant case, so I think now... Somewhere on the first floor. Yeah, let's pin that. Alright, so if it's on the first floor, then I gotta return. I need to remember where it is first, but I need to return home. It's the miners' market. The aqueduct. Oh wait, I'm right outside. Silly me. I kind of forgot where I was last time. Alright. Yeah, it's on the first floor somewhere.
Sherry. You can talk to other people and they won't ignore you.
And I envy you. You can ignore any person you're bored with. You don't miss out on much. Most men are dull, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm flattered.
Good, you should be. Alright, somewhere on the first floor, huh?
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
I heard something. A little scribble or something. Definitely someone's hand had a key in a pocket. Door was some, and I believe there was a mirror nearby. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's a window. Let me see. A mirror.
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor.
Let me see. I don't see a mirror here, so let's keep going. My guess is it's right here. I
had a
had...
surprise for my mother.
It's fragile, ancient.
I was holding an ancient Greek vase, or rather, quite a big piece of it.
That's a huge chunk missing. Okay.
You had a shovel with you, John. I remember now. We dug up the vase from Greek ruins here on Cordona, and were eager to show my mother right away.
Yeah, but show her what, though? For some reason,
the door was closed. We knocked.
But nobody answered. We thought that she was busy.
So we left the vase and ran downstairs. I decided to gather some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the vase.
But then we heard something, didn't we?
Yes. Came from upstairs.
It sounded serious. Oh, it's broken.
The vase was broken, shards scattered all over the floor. And
Why
your mother
though?
was standing at the door.
Indeed, John. I doubt it was her. Let me concentrate.
She was in...
Otto Richter was standing there,
Yeah, Richter.
furious at us.
Huh.
Dr. Richter told us never to disturb my mother when the door is closed. He said she had broken the vase.
But we didn't believe him. I bet he smashed it.
But why?
The things are still here.
Presumably Mycroft never felt the need to sort through it all.
Or couldn't bring himself to.
No. He would have put it behind him and moved on. My brother is not one for sentimentality.
Hmm.
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. Look what I found. The White King is under attack. Sherry, can you save him and checkmate the opponent in one move?
Can I?
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want.
Let's use the bishop.
Oh, nice move. You saved the king and checkmated the Black King with the rook.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, what else is in here? A newspaper. Mr. Sigurd Moreland Holmes, the renowned architect, authenticator, and historian, is dead. A mere 41 years of age, he was seized by the cardiac event during the opera at the Covent Garden on Saturday. Despite the physician's best efforts, he remained insensible and died at 20 minutes past 6 o'clock last evening. 1865. Interesting year. His sudden end came at a severe shock to his large circle of acquaintances. Mr. Holmes is survived by his wife, Violet, and two sons, Mycroft, 16, and Sherlock, 6. Funeral services will be held Wednesday at the Highgate Cemetery of St. James by Reverend W. E. Stanley.
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything except the deep feeling of loss.
You were too young. It happened before we even met. It's so sad.
Over the last few months, I've asked Mrs. Holmes to sketch some landscapes. The first few were clear and accurate, but subsequent drawings quickly drifted away from reality. It appears her disease progressed rapidly, and perhaps even affects her vision. I may need to consider trepanation.
I'm sorry.
Let's see.
This room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the
Is
reason.
that all medicine?
This room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason. This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868.
68. Another one.
This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869.
Something's deteriorating in her. Ooh.
It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all. straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
Damn, she needs to be strapped to sleep? Poor woman. Potassium bromide.
Seems this was the most frequently used medication. 1 dram dissolved in a glass of water, administered daily. Not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children.
Hmm. What's in here? Letter? My gentle Sigurd, alas, I am still yet to receive any correspondence from you. One presumes my previous letters are chasing you around the continent as you travel. I hope you are in good health and already on your way home. Forgive me my impatience, but life without your kind voice and bright eyes is scarcely worth living. The boys need their father around too. I can tell that they miss you, though, as you well know, Mycroft is not one to wear his heart on his sleeve. In case my prior letters have been lost, know that we have relocated to Cordona. Please, come back soon. Forever yours, Violet. February 1869.
Oh, I would love to take a bath right now.
Not this one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations. For medical purposes, I suppose. Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object.
Something was thrown at this. But what? Ah, a case.
Do you think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
Well, I mean, they are here, so I'll take that as a yes. Come on. 19th of May, 1868. Initial consultation reveals the patient suffers from sleep problems, periods of anxiety, and slight confusion of memories. Prescribed a strong sedative to be administered daily and will continue to monitor symptoms. 3rd of August, 1868. Sedation has helped minimize anxiety attacks, but Mrs. Holmes now experiences catatonia, apathy, and prolonged depressive states. Moreover, the patient's confusion has worsened, and she has begun writing letters to her deceased husband as if she were alive. I have prescribed 6 further drugs to balance her mental state, and weekly hydrotherapy. 27th of November 1868. The current drug regimen has delivered middling results, with confusion worsening to near-constant delusion. Patient grows aggravated when these beliefs are contradicted, prompting aggressive behavior. I have now witnessed several episodes of violence against the Holmes family, and towards herself. Consequently, I ordered that bars be installed on the windows, and that Mrs. Holmes be strapped to her bed at night. The dosage of all medications has been raised. I have prescribed the patient additional hypnotherapy sessions, as well as some mild hallucinogens. I'm sure those will do wonders on her. What's this?
No labels. I doubt it ever had one. There appear to be residues of the bottle's contents at the bottom. Oh, it brings back some memories. My mother loved flowers. They made her smile. I remember we would bring a new bouquet every week to make her a bit happier.
That's why we collected all the violet flowers we could find on the island.
Bars, covering the windows from the inside.
Let's see. It's crooked. Let me investigate what I got. Let's see. Alright. Let's do some chemistry. -4. Interesting. How can I make this subtract though? Let me think. Well, that wouldn't be that useful. It's the blue one. Oh, unless... What's this do? Oh, okay, I got this. Okay, yeah, so this icon inverts a chemical, it seems. Alright, what is this? Analysts identified the substance as a hallucinogen derived by mushrooms. Ah, she took magic mushrooms. Intriguing. No. Ah, broken plate.
The broken plate shards were all over the floor. Mycroft had to change his suit as the one he was wearing was completely stained. Mother was troubled that morning. Something we did upset her. Dr. Richter tried to calm her down.
He would be tried. Ah. We had to
put the tray with Mother's morning tea down, but why? It's starting to ring a bell. I think it happened in the morning.
Okay. Time to focus. This seems right.
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
What?
Ah.
Everything will be okay,
What?
Sherry. I promise.
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died.
9th of April started off badly. My mother was anxious, then hysterical. She threw food and shouted at the doctor, calling him a liar. John and I brought her morning tea, but when the shouts started, I became scared. The only thing I could think to do was hide near the bed and wait for everything to pass. Thankfully, John was there to protect me and calm me down.
My mother, she was not just ill, but mad.
Yeah, she was kind of
God
loony.
have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why
Yeah,
you
not
locked
the fun
memory
kind.
away.
There must be more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened. John!
Every time you... I just don't... Please, Sherry, leave it be.
Just breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
No, we have to
It
continue.
cannot wait. Let us find another door and finally learn the truth.
That's pointless, Sherry. To date, you have had no control over the return of these memories. It is all triggered by your work elsewhere on Cordona. You must accept that this will have to wait. Are you all right?
Yeah, sure, I'm
In the end,
fine.
little
I
has
guess.
changed. My mother was still unwell, just not with tuberculosis. What I do not yet understand is why Mycroft lied about it. There are precious few pieces of this
Yeah, that's a
puzzle
good point.
remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Indeed. Wait. Did you hear that?
Someone's
Yes.
here.
Metallic souls. What is this sailor doing here?
Someone's in the house. Let's go see who.
Sherlock Holmes, isn't it? I was looking.
With whom do I
Hi.
have the pleasure of speaking?
You can call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And
What?
that something is my prize, I suppose.
You're a fast learner, sir.
Fine. Let's take a good look at you. You have something on your head. Painted recently. It's old and shabby. Kind of bloodstained. No signs of hard physical work. I need something square shaped. Ink paint. No coins, no rough skin. Game Master. Must do a lot of D&D, I suppose. Nah, he's not a real sailor. Because his hands don't really have any rough skin. So yeah, this guy's an artist.
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation. Hands without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform.
Yes.
The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A
Which
sailor
would
with
look
the soul
cool.
of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius.
Damn
I think
right.
he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
My dear Sherlock Holmes, as you no doubt have already guessed, I would like to invite you to experience my art exhibition, not only for the purpose of contemplation of beauty, but in a more general need of your genius. You will find the gallery at the Caravanserai, at the crossroads of Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue in Old City. Always your friend, VV. Another case, huh? Alright. Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue. So here, I suppose. Yeah, let's do right around there. Alright. Let's get out of my house. And go all the way, that's the closest, so to the market. Excuse me. Let's see, where is this way? Alright. Ah. The East is a delicate matter, Sherlock. It took me some time to work out the old City people, as they're not especially welcoming towards outsiders. Take, for example, the House of Ramia. They lost their superiority to the House of Eagle, who adapted to the British rule, and they still refuse to change. It's such a shame. They make the best coppery in the whole of the Mediterranean. I would frequently pick my morning brew from the coffee shop frequented by Remio workers, and visit a street nearby that has a direct view upon the big tower. I'd walk it slowly, enjoying the quiet bustle of a walking city. A little further, in front of a large wooden gate that blocks the road, I turn left into the archway. Through it, there is a yard where I sit underneath the big tree, enjoying my coffee and listening to the covert conversations from the balcony above. You can find your reward in the roots of that tree. Alright. Anyway, I need to go here, so... No one's here.
Mr. Holmes, you came! Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific! I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve.
Is it a
locked
riddle?
area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the
Torched?
intruder. The mystery
Definitely
being, of
wasn't
course,
rats
that all
then.
the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance.
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
What was in
And
the
this
basement?
locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this
Interesting.
is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces.
Huh.
Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not
And
everyone
me,
deserves to
I
have
presume.
their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Alright.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
I mean, art for art's sake, I guess. Damn, that's a nice ass. No. Let's see. Down.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
I Franco room. A shovel? Did someone dig the way in?
Old and hasn't been used for a long time.
No, that's just there. Footprints.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. Closed with a metal bolt.
And now it's open. Scratches. Someone used the magnet.
Footprints. Size 9.5.
Sounds like
True
my shoe
artist
size.
never shows an unfinished piece.
Figures. Alright, let's see. A bird? That's a raven.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
Slightly moved. But why? What's so important about this? Handprint.
Handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
It's fresh.
Sodden
This-
and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Someone cracked that. Old Wild room. Like Oscar Wilde?
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Yeah, knowing artists, it's probably a little of both.
Saturn devouring his sun. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
Ooh, look at that shark.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
That's one dead shark. Alright, this must be the torched area. Let's see. Empty frame.
Sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
Someone stole something from here before burning it, I imagine. Is
A
this
Malpal butt.
a cigarette?
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
Or coal fingerprints? Fragile chain. Yeah, these have got to be paintings. Interesting. We got enough evidence, so let's see here. Let's visualize this. Let's see. Yeah. That seems right. Someone was hiding here. Seems to make sense. Alright. Yeah. Some mystery person. unhooked all the paintings and threw them over here to be burned. Seems to imply there yeah, this seems to imply there are multiple perpetrators in this case.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's still one bandit, but he hid before Vogel could get to figure out that they were in there. They were hiding down there. Okay.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
I think it's about decay.
Extravagant paintings have been left to rot in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
You don't know.
There was no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to
And
feel,
how's that working
even
for
in
you?
a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Ah.
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
Yes, you should have.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Or
Those
priceless?
pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
Mercurio.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
There definitely is.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's
Anonymous
works.
offer?
The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it
Why?
a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
where does he
where
live?
can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman wrapped in robes being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I see.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
I see.
I'm not sure that you do.
What could also be as
But that can wait
controversial
for
as
another
violence
time.
and sex?
Well, I believe
Very
I
broad.
have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Yeah, we'll see. Someone Old City. But he doesn't know where. Wrong way. Okay, this door. There's one possible place I could check. Where is it? City Hall. Yeah, here. Pharmacy. Shit, which buildings? There we go.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or
Hey.
nosebagger spurns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, have
Care
I?
to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
So that's a no.
Gossip. The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
In
You
more ways
already
than
knew
one,
my
I
name
imagine.
and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle, advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As
Neat.
an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well,
Well, when you
I
put it
think
that
we can
way.
strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Interesting, huh? Alright. My guess is... these are the archives.
I'll be right here.
There we go. Okay, let's do celebrities. Front page in the old city. The past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic higher society. A painting sellout made local artists as the dance of decadence. The lion, Darren Turek, broke the idol by throwing a chair at a decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. He did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonor to his name. Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Terrick at a coffee shop. Ooh, that's scandalous. Orchestra conductor Kurt Gallinger smashed a painting across Mr. Terrick's head to protect his friend Mercurio. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed on guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was! Obtained a souvenir from the sellout that since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You will find him at the address Hermes Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. Alright. Well, now we know where he's at. So let's see. Shit, I missed it. Okay, Hermes Avenue between Scarlet and Olive. So let's see. Scarlet. So right around here, in this little area right there, that's what I'm going to assume. Let's just place it for there, just to be safe.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you.
Oh, do you?
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman.
What the fuck?
But please, let us keep
I'm
things
here to solve a
professional.
case.
I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
Sure.
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation and return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Cordona
The
in
Eels?
their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the
Mycroft,
capture
huh?
of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill.
Well, I'm very
Inside your
good at
envelope
capturing people.
Is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering. Because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scan. Here are all the files, and
Okay.
feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's
Very
edition
funny.
will be a sensation.
Anyway, time to get back to the task at hand. Let's see. It's over there, so this is close. So around this area, huh? If I had to guess... Is this it? This must be his house. Okay.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, ma'am. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Need another idea. Perhaps I need to get a disguise. So yeah, let's head down to the market. There's the entrance. Okay, let's see.
Come. Decorate your house.
Don't pass. Let's pick something that suits you.
Okay, what do you got? Ottoman. This could work. Messy hair. Skip that. And that.
A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Alright. I guess now I look very bougie.
Oriental rugs at a good price.
This should do the trick. What's up?
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you?
Oh, wait.
Old age does terrible things to one's sight.
Okay, I was trying to disguise.
First.
How are you, ma'am? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake. How many times will you lose that
I guess
key
I'm
of
disguising
yours?
as him instead.
Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Let's see. Which one is my apartment? I mean, Mercurio's apartment. I guess it's this one. Oh, this guy was murdered. Well, alright. Let's see what we can do here. Soft
Judging
torso.
by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Definitely fought back. Or at least tried to.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags. The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
had his throat slit. Let's see. One more clue, huh? Maybe... Alright, yeah.
A normal kitchen knife. A normal kitchen knife.
Very normal.
Could be the murder weapon.
Could be.
The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
Very funny. Yeah. Fibers.
It appears the wine was truly awful.
I guess. A camera.
I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
Yeah, those are still new at the time.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching.
Like someone wanted me to see that. I don't know why.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
Aunt May?
The chest has been searched. Red skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting.
No, but it's right here. Unless that's a copy. No, they didn't really do copies back then.
The blood has dried.
Oh, I saw that. Okay. So let's check in here.
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
But this one was.
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
Right. I think I could paint a picture of what happened here. Alright, let's see. Let's think. Could have sliced his throat. Let's see, yeah. He was developing photos. Then the intruder comes in and tries to steal a painting. So he grabs a bottle, throws it at the intruder's head, and goes into a little fight before the intruder ends up cutting his throat. This seems right.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head, The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late.
No.
Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
Very peculiar indeed. Let me
It's
take
time
this.
for some chemical magic, John.
Yeah, let's investigate. All right. Let's see. No, not this one. Let's see here. These to at least add up. So don't see any ones. So blue to add up to 4. I wonder, what does this do? Let's see. Oh, it increases it by 1. So technically, wait, okay. If I could just do that, then put that there. Place that up here. So then you can combine this and that to there, and huzzah! I managed to erase the blood by using chemicals. It's a still life painting of Mercutio's room.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs.
Yeah.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
Ah. Skull's missing. Okay. Here it is.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
Oh, a model, huh?
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait.
She'll be very confused, but...
I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Alright, I don't know how, but he did do it, so...
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp,
yeah, I
and a
just
tattoo
crawled out
on
the
his
window.
neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Okay.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
No, I told the kind old lady... Well, I didn't tell the kind old lady that, Mercutio's dead, and I got an achievement for it.
Whew, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
Alright, fine. Well, let me take out those glasses, though. I don't need them. Look at that beard. Alright. So, yeah. I need to look for a woman like this. Let's do that. I need something. I mean, unless... Yeah, actually, that could do the trick.
Oriental rugs at a good price.
Clothes.
Let's see if she knows something.
I would help if I need more. but perhaps others will be more helpful.
No, that's the guy.
You are not welcome here.
Alright, fine. Yeah, I need to keep looking.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
Yeah.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what? And dressed as what?
Yeah, let me see. Maybe.
Could you help me?
I would help if I knew more, but perhaps others will be more helpful.
Could you help me?
I would help if I knew more, but perhaps others will be more helpful.
May I ask you something?
I would help if I knew more, but perhaps others will be more helpful.
It's gonna be fun if I have to scour through all of Old City trying to find at least one woman that knows, that could have possibly known this woman. Maybe.
Are you able to help me?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
May I ask for your assistance?
I would help you if I knew more, but perhaps others will be more helpful.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
Oh, maybe.
Are you able to help me?
Of course. The streets have the information you seek.
Scholar girl's face seemed to be from Iwi's ethnic group tribe. The only place we could find Iwi's group in Cordona is the refugee camp, located on the Victoria Bridge between Scaladio and Silverton. There we go. Victoria's Bridge, huh? That bridge. Okay. The drinking Dutchman.
Did you hear another sailor's drowned on the beach?
Find out well why the sailor drowned.
Did you hear another sailor?
Okay, so police at the place, work of a siren.
Did you hear another?
No, that one. I think it was this one. There we go.
Does this poster truly claim that Cordona has a ghost?
Alright, so if they're under the bridge, then I need to find a way to get down. Oh, here we go.
Beasts!
What the hell? This is curious.
They're completely livid.
Where do you think you're going? Speak with the
Sir,
He
this
must be
place
the
is off
chief.
limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm from City Hall. They sent me to oversee the situation.
No, you're not. I'm the supervisor of the camp, and I'm the one who's handling the current situation on behalf of City Hall.
Shit.
Ronald Harlow at your service. Now, sir, tell me who you really are, or you'll have to explain yourself to the police. I have full authority to request they detain you.
Very well, Mr. Harlow. I am a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness on my case. Sherlock Holmes is my real name, though.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in, so please, step back.
Hail bags under ice. Works indoors for lighting. Overdressed. Yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 4 layers. That's a little excessive. He's stressed. But why? It's very sedentary. I'm missing something. Tries to appear older. A tired pen pusher. He's too tired and indifferent to solve the problems that arrives. He's tired of his dark, cramped office, which he rarely leaves. I'm gonna want for you to close considering today's weather. I know, right? Pale young clerk. Not very happy, but he always does things by the book. Executes all tasks he is given. He lacks the experience to deal with problems outside his writing desk. Grows a mustache. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he works at a poorly lit office which he rarely leaves, judging by his clean shoes and barely worn shoes. His look is out of place considering Cordona's weather. Study poem suggests that Ronald is extremely stressed by being outside his comfort zone. I think this is right.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
Yeah, obviously.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh.
Exactly.
I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help.
Oh, good.
All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside.
Smart
Just tell
man.
me when you're ready.
Anyway.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled?
Smuggled?
Why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
Yeah,
What
why
I
are
do
you here?
and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every city hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
Are the police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
Okay. Anyway, let's
I'm
go in.
ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Alright. Let me get out of this.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls.
No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder.
Another murder?
Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them.
I can't
My
imagine
best
why.
bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Anyway.
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's being questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Interesting.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling
Clearly
upon
a
another
left
dead
handprint
body.
here.
0.
Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Interesting. Very interesting.
A blood trail leading to or a furrow in the ground.
Okay.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Let's see here.
Malpal, soaked with salt water.
Cigarettes.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
Money. And then was the other...
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
For a kind of knife, I suppose. Police boots.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A heavy
damaged
boot with
sole.
a worn-out sole.
Bare footprint.
A man's footprint.
Ah, the dead man. Coal
Coal
dust.
dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here.
This guy break in? Anyway, let's see.
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something?
Dolphin equals sign.
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was Limping John.
A limping man. This has to be the
Violent
guy who
death.
broke in.
This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
Let's see here. Ah,
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment.
a stick.
No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon.
And then a blood splat.
The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. Someone was dragged against their will.
But who? This
The
guy was
cut
attacked.
is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place? Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
Yeah, I could use that. And then maybe
I'll use it to create a solution.
some water. Aha!
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. I've collected all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Passage? Wait, I want to hear this. Money. Okay. Police officers are worried that the situation with the dead body will put the camp into strict lockdown, and they will lose the money for the running from
Nobody
the
will know
scheme.
anything if you keep your bloody mouth
Sherry,
shut.
just look at the coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
Yeah, these cops are hiding something. Anyway, I need to help this guy out. So, see. Let's see. Well, I could take this. Although, let's take this. Then let's see. This needs to add up to 5. Oh no, that's -1, -3. That's not enough. Alright, maybe it's 2. What does this do? It dilutes it a bit. Okay. Now I need to get this to add up. I need this to add up to 5. But I could also do this. Let's see if I. Oh shit. I don't have enough. Although let me see. That's to increase it by 1. Yeah, add 1 to that. Shit, I don't want to do that. Let me think. This combines, this inverts, this adds 1, and this takes 1 from one of those chemicals. One of these combinations. Do No, not that. Takes one from the other. I could invert this. Combine these two. No, that's not gonna work. Let's take this. Oh, wrong thing. Two and 5. Okay. If I invert this. Combine this with that, and then I combine this with that. There we go. Got a chemical. Okay. There we go. This should save the guy.
Thank you. This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Alright, so yeah. How did the intruder get into this camp? Let's investigate. Nah.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
If they keep me from boat, I'm pretty sure these officers would know. So that's not it.
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
No, that's sealed shut. Let's see. Maybe this random ladder that's here. It's short.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Cigarettes.
A single Malpal butt.
Just the one.
Roadman Cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Alright. Let's piece things together. Okay. Let's see. This guy drags a woman, grabs the woman. This guy, I'm assuming, uses a stick to try to attack him. Nah, not yet. Yeah, that seems more likely. Nah, wasn't kicked in. Fell in. Yeah, this seems likely. Okay.
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade.
Like an idiot.
However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Yep.
You
All right.
still here?
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened here.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. And maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts. It's sad, but coming up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that.
And I do
Anyway,
such a
speak
good
to the
job at it, too.
supervisor. I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say. Don't bother someone else with this, son.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's
Which
on
they
their
probably
heads.
are.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
Yes,
the
it
man
is.
came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
Yeah, that's basically it.
How did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble. Do you know anything about this?
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
Some shitty people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away with them to perform various work. This work is usually hard, but refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she had supposedly taken to such work. Since then, the refugees decided not to allow the women to be taken.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Okay.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
I'm gathering intel, of course. This guy
You're
seems
the
to
one
know.
who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Naylor?
Naylor. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Naylor's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe
Yes, I
your
did.
words are not empty. You can speak to Naylor if she wants it. But
Okay.
I will be watching you.
Hello, Naylor? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Naylor, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Cross.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
That's true. Anyway, let's see. What can I put together here? Badges such as these are usually awarded to high-ranking officials. The photo of my photograph might be one of those. Interesting. Dead man from the refugee camp was the same person who had broken into Vogel's gallery. Mercutio's murder and the gallery thief are the same person. Mercutio's murder wasn't the thief's goal. Thug came to the camp intending to kidnap a woman. He had the opportunity to kill her, but that wasn't his goal. He is not merely a thief, but also a kidnapper, a henchman who takes on various roles. The visitor's intention might have been to locate the terrible photograph. The thief was at Mercutio's flat to steal the photograph, but found Mercutio instead and killed him in self-defense. Intriguing. Real charming fellow. Alright. Alright, let's see if they know anything.
You still here? Your problem, not mine.
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Niccolo Bernadotti.
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged.
Yeah, right? if he could be arrested.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
Okay. So with that info, there's only one place I could potentially go, and that is City Hall.
Treasure maps from the governor. Find 8 and come back for more.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. Okay then. Let's see. So. That abuser in mind. Really a cross-shaped badge. High-ranking officials. So let's do British. By occupation. Thomas Norton, born 1840 in London, graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864. In 1869, he started working at the Home Office as a secretary. In 1875, he took a position as a military commissioner in India, honored by the Queen herself with the Order of the Bath in 1877. March 1st, 1878, was appointed as the British envoy in Cardona with his own cabinet in the City Hall. So that must mean he's definitely here. Who's the envoy? There you are.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Okay. No time to shave. Didn't sleep last night. I wonder why. Stays at work late. Wear worn, never removed. Red stain. This is a nightmare. You know what? Let's do this.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
You defiled a girl who was with child. Don't even pretend that you regret what took place. Do you wonder why I came here? It is because I am disgusted with people like you, and the only way in my mind to rid the world of your ilk is to see you hanging from the gallows.
All right, all right. Is it about money, as you said in the letter? I have it, all right? There's no need for violence.
I've never written a single word to you. As you can see, I have a more direct approach.
Yeah, a more
That
dignified
letter,
approach.
It wasn't from you. So what do you want?
Answers, to start with.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes? And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Who's blackmailing
you? mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too.
Yeah.
And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Because it does.
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it.
Dick.
I've left enough evidence.
I could
There's no
use
need
that.
for any more.
So,
the painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
that's an understatement for you.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
Oh, I have.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, They invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink.
Like magic
After
mushrooms?
that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all. Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Okay. Yeah, there's still the question of that tattoo, though. If I had to guess, maybe the police station would know something. Well, have something. Let's see.
Is even...
Let me see. Okay. Very important thread, and this tattoo might help me pull it. Smuggling. Okay. Let's do smuggling. Suspects in Scaladio. Niccolo Bonadati, born 1834, is a businessman and patron well known in Cordona. The founder and owner of the Bonadati Company Limited, estimated 1873. Main office southeastern Scaladio, Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman Road. Mr. Bonadati was brought here for questioning on February 13, 1876, after a tip-off from one of our anonymous sources. The source provided information that points to Mr. Bonadati's connection to the smuggling of liquors and items of antique art between the British colonies, Cordona, and the rest of the United Kingdom. People allegedly working for Mr. Bonadati's company were previously linked to a number of unlawful activities including robbery, violence, racketeering, and blackmail. Fun. Mr. Bonadati was called for questioning as a witness since there is no tangible evidence available to serve any charges. During the questioning carried out by myself and Officer Booth, Mr. Bonadati claims to be unaware of any operations and facts provided for by a source. No information could be contained on his activities before he moved to Britain, documented or otherwise. As Mr. Bonadati claims, up until 1873 he lived in Sicilia, Italy, when he had a vending business until he moved to London and began importing goods. Conclusion: it is not possible to incriminate Mr. Bonadati of anything connected to the case. Inspector Herbert Ryder.
An impressive slice of life. The police had a lot on him and at the same time, nothing at all. Amateurs.
But we can still go. Let me see. This is Scaldito. Bazaar and Roman Road. Okay, right around here then. Hi, newbie here. Let's see. To save time, let's fast travel here. And let's head
Treasure
down.
maps from the governor. Find 8 and come back.
I had to guess. It's this house.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
It's locked.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Let me see. Aha! I have an idea. Where? That could work. Yeah, that could work, but just in case. It's not really a good area to fast travel. Actually, it is down the road. So yeah, maybe.
Don't pass. Let's pick something that suits you.
Let's see.
Don't leave. Take one more.
Actually,
look.
Maybe that'll work. Yeah, let's see if this works.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
Why are they
That's
here?
our way in, Sherry.
I have an idea.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm investigating a robbery, and Mr. Bernadotte may be just the man to help me with...
You're a copper?
I have nothing to do with the police.
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away, or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
1.
Okay.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Short temper, huh?
I'm coming.
Up, time to fight.
I'm coming for you.
Take a rest, my friend.
Coming for you.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Oh, wait. There we go.
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
Dodge this!
Fine.
I'm coming for you.
No more crime for you until next month.
I need to get this guy from behind. Or I could bait him over here. Come on. There we go.
Take a rest, my friend.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Who's shooting me? Oh, he's coming from over here.
Too simple.
Idiot.
The snuff's ready. Give him the pepper snuff.
There we go. Idiot.
No more.
The snuff's ready.
Took you a bit.
You can overcome the brute now.
Take a rest, my friend.
Easy. Alright, what's hiding in here?
Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Intriguing. What's behind here?
Let's see what's hidden there.
Ah, that's the painting.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Very interesting.
This marble fella. It's like he was made after
An amazing
my
piece
image.
of culture. I
You see
imagine
it?
many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't harm the folks on the way here?
Oh, shut it. That was self-defense.
Don't come any closer.
Hey, what's
One
up?
step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Have you ever tried to pick up your teeth with broken fingers?
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow, that was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
Alright, let's see here. Zeppelin related. What's in here?
The Bernadotte Company Limited trade network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
I'm not here for you. Paperwork. Invitation to a ball.
Spare me.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
1875.
1875. It was taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Then come here, and we shall talk.
Quite a collection. Okay.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Let's see. Different from the others. Doesn't shun dirty work. At Pelagra. Cold-blooded. Yeah, a ring. So he's married. Nature holds the world around him. I work in the fields for a long ways. Young age. Suffering from Pelagra. I always remember his motives and identity were born. Tattoos probably a code that represents different ranks within a tightly structured and secretive criminal organization. Speeds danger by keeping his gun near him. Both seem accurate. For the sake of this case, though, let's go with this one.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses. Who the hell are you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotte, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men would dare waltz into my office and address me like that. You are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would call it self-defense.
Mr. Bernadotte, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
Yeah.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true profession.
Yeah, blackmail.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them,
I know.
They would starve.
I deduced
the
that.
tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much.
Please, you can
I
make
could,
it work.
however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
I'm not entirely convinced.
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Good. Anyway. Who wants to hide the proof? All refugees are victims of the system. The situation they're in must and can be mended. Yeah. See, he did kind of do... He did do quite an unspeakable thing that I can't say on Twitch.tv. But according to him, it was against his will. Yeah, he was under the influence. So he couldn't... However, he could be the one to improve the living situations of the refugees. I'm just gonna do this one. Did this one, but only because I think I could get an achievement from it. So... let's head back to City Hall. Alright then.
Have you thought it all through?
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Sure.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead.
Yeah.
How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
I
What
did.
happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It
Honestly,
is what
yeah.
it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Oh.
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear. I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Very curious. Alright, that case is done, so let's head back home.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
Oh, they know.
I'm
Anyway,
afraid
I'm
I
busy.
don't have time for this now.
I hope that you will reconsider. If you do, I'll be here. So, are
Anyway.
you ready?
Fine, I'm
You have my
listening.
attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What about
Status quo.
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
Alright. Okay, that must be the box. Alright, I think I'll stop here for today. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting close to getting through the main story of this game. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. This VOD... Oh, hey, Illyria. Sorry, I'm about to end, so... Yeah, good night, Illyria. So yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure to follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. This VOD will be uploaded to my personal YouTube channel where you can check out all my other VODs. Oh, and you should subscribe to my main channel, The Funny Crew. I've got a couple more things that mean some buddies of mine. Oh, and I joined my Discord. It's pretty epic. But yeah, in any case though, thank you all for watching and hopefully I'll see you again next time.